Hello, everybody. This is Martha Hines with Living the One Light. So today I am here feeling called to talk about the new moon coming up in Taurus. We're going to have a new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus, which will occur on May 19th. And there are so many beautiful energies in this involved with in the sky, in the cosmos with this new moon. And I want to drop into many layers of it with you. So the overarching theme that I'm feeling, not surprisingly, when I look at this new moon in Taurus has to do with Earth. So not surprisingly, the theme that comes up for me is remembering ourselves as Earth. And that's really simple in one way, and again, to associate remembering ourselves as Earth on a new moon in Taurus is kind of a no-brainer. But there's so many more layers to all of that. And in the energies of this new moon, and also just the energies that I'm feeling in general right now. So I want to dive into it slowly and see what arises for you too, and really have this be a conversation and a feeling into this time together. So that's what I would invite you into as you're listening or responding or commenting or joining in. And also, before I begin talking about the new moon, I also want to mention, for any of you who have not signed up for the free Rebecoming the One symposium that I'm hosting starting on June 1st, please definitely sign up. The link is with this video. It's 30 talks that are free, 4 live panel discussions that are free. It's really, really, really beautiful healing space, community healing space. That is the true intention of it. And there's a free online community forum that goes with the symposium that I'm monitoring and going to be keeping tabs on and interacting with also. So, it's like, there's so many summits out there that there's nothing wrong with them, but they tend to be more kind of the kind of thing where it's like you sign up and you have 48 hours to watch, and then maybe there's a VIP upgrade or that kind of a thing, and then it goes away. And that's not the intention of this symposium. This symposium is intended to, it's coming from my personal and then, spiritual directive to, I have this very strong personal passion, and then the spiritual directive to truly be holding space for community collective healing around our relationships to gender, sexuality, life, love, and life itself. But really, it's, the intention is to be holding space for the collective healing of our whole world and of existence, even, actually. So that I would love to welcome you into that. And there are free options. There are paid optional workshops, etc., that go with the symposium, but you are very welcome to be there for the free part. Again, 30 free talks, 4 live panel discussions, and the online community forum. So please, please, please join. And it's very, very, the intentions of that symposium are also very related to the current astrology happening. So, okay, to come to the new moon. So in this new moon, the moon and the sun are going to be at 28 degrees of Taurus. And I'm going to show you the chart, because when I approach astrology, or when I approach life, I talked about this in a recent conversation I had with Heather Ensworth, one of my big mentors, on her YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that, definitely watch it. It was a really fun interview. And so one thing I talked about in there, which is very true for me, is that my whole approach to astrology is really, it's really fundamentally rooted in my approach to everything, all of my work, which is that we each have our own relationships with the divine. We are the divine, each of us. We are the earth. We are the cosmos. We are these planets and all the celestial beings. They are us, we are them. And there's a fundamental innate knowing that we each have of these energies and these beings. And so when I feel into anything like this new moon that's coming up, it's really crucial to me that I am doing that in a way that holds space for you to have your own experience with it, your own wisdom, your own knowing, kind of getting awakened and supported and witnessed. So I give my sense of it, but it's really in service of holding space for you to have your own equally valid experience of it, right? And share it with me, share it with the community, share it on that free online forum, please. Like, really, I want this to be a safe community space, both in that symposium, but just in the work I do in general. That's really my intention. So I will show you the chart, and then I'll talk about what I'm feeling here, and then you share what you're feeling. If you feel like it. You don't have to. No pressure either. Great. So yeah, so we're going to have this new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus, 28 degrees, 25 minutes of Taurus. And as you can see, there are a bazillion other energies happening here in Taurus at the time of this new moon. So one thing that's very significant also about this time is that just a couple of days, 3 days before the new moon, Jupiter is going to enter Taurus. So Jupiter goes around the zodiac about once every 12 years. So it's a pretty big deal when Jupiter enters a new sign. I mean, it typically spends about a year in each sign. It flew through Aries. It went through Aries really fast in the last few months, but now it's gonna slow down and spend more time in Taurus, because it's going to go retrograde at 15 degrees of Taurus in the fall. And Mercury, as many of you might remember, Mercury just went retrograde not that long ago at also 15 degrees of Taurus. So this point of 15 degrees Taurus, where Vesta is actually going to be sitting on this new moon, is a really key, important point. And yeah, so Jupiter will, right just before this new moon, will have just entered Taurus again on May 16th, and it will be in Taurus for the whole rest of 2023. So Jupiter in Taurus is going to be just, really highlighting, accentuating that Taurus energy, that reality that we are Earth, that we have bodies, that we are sensual, sexual, earthly beings, and that there's beauty in that, there's divine harmony in that, and balance in it. And it's really, really key to part of what our journey is, being here on the planet. And then another really key aspect to this new moon is so Jupiter being in Taurus is a really big deal that accentuates the energy of the Taurus new moon, even though Jupiter is going to be at 0 degrees of Taurus and the new moon is all the way at 28 degrees, but still it's got all these energies highlighting the whole deal of Taurus. And we have the new moon, the North Node at 3 degrees of Taurus. So Jupiter is going to be coming into a conjunction with the North Node in early degrees of Taurus, also a really big deal. And also then Mercury is still in Taurus, will have just gone direct at at 5 degrees of Taurus, and on the new moon, it'll be at 6 degrees. So also near Jupiter and the North Node. And then we have Estrella and Vesta, both in Taurus, and Uranus, of course, still in Taurus. Right now, at this new moon, it'll be at 19 of Taurus. And then we have Diana, the goddess Diana, basically conjunct Uranus at 20 degrees of Taurus. So Diana is an energy that I've talked about a lot, and that Verena Burrell and I have talked about a lot. We did a workshop on Diana last fall, which, if anybody is interested, is still available. And Diana is an energy of ourselves as the wildness of us, the authentic energy of us that doesn't change, even if, you know, society says whatever it happens to say. So with Diana in Taurus conjunct Uranus, not super close to the new moon, but not that far from the new moon, you know, along with Jupiter and the North Node and Mercury and Estrella and Vesta, like this whole set of planets and goddesses and asteroids, it's just like, it's like a party. It's like the story I feel in it is, it's just, everything is dancing with this aliveness of remembering ourselves as Earth, like literally. And Jupiter, they're coming into the party, you know, just going to expand this sense. So on a new moon of any kind, it's a time where the energy is really holding space for us to come into a new seed, a new beginning, setting a new intention around something. And the new moon will also be trining Ceres, which has just gone direct in Virgo at 24 Virgo. And so Ceres is in and of itself also a very earthy energy, but Ceres in Virgo is an incredibly earthy energy. So Ceres, the goddess, is often associated with agriculture, with being like the earth mother. And so for Ceres to be trining the new moon and you know, in Virgo is just again extra earth energy, remembering that we are the sacred earth, we are a temple. We have Vesta in Taurus, we have Ceres in Virgo, you know, both reminding us that we are literal actual temples, earth temples of the divine. And so when we're coming into this time where we can be setting a new intention around this reality that we are beings of earth, we are beings of divine as one, there's just so much supporting us in that and nurturing us in that. Ceres is often a very nurturing energy. And another component of what I'm feeling into with all of this is that this new moon, of course, is coming right after the eclipse season. So we've just finished the eclipse season. We had 2 unbelievably powerful eclipses, and can speak for myself. I'll close out the share for 1 second. The energies of these eclipses, again, I'm speaking for myself, but I think this is true for a lot of people. They definitely had the potential to be very emotionally intense. There was, and still at the time of this new moon, is very, very, very strong energy about releasing old karmic patterns, releasing things on a cellular level that no longer serve, that, you know, no, like if the term new earth resonates for you, this new moon in Taurus is absolutely new moon in earth. It is absolutely an energy that is helping us to set the stage for coming into this quote unquote new earth, or this new time, this new energy that we're feeling called into. And so that releasing energy that I felt so strongly in those eclipses, and that's still present, what I feel is that it's helping us to release on that cellular level so that we then can be what I'm told is, these crystalline light temple beings that we are. And that's what a lot of us are needed to be in order to move into this, whatever this new phase is. And one of the energies, I'll go back for one more minute to share the screen so you can see, those of you who follow astrology more. And for those of you who don't, just let the energy of it wash over you. Don't worry about the details. So the other thing going on at this time, at the new moon, but more than that, is, Pluto is in this long-term square with the nodes. I've talked about this before. Pluto also is in this long-term square with Haumea, the Kuiper Belt object. And in addition, when Jupiter enters Taurus on May 16th, it is also squaring Pluto, and it's opposing Haumea. So actually, even, a little bit before Jupiter enters Taurus, it's already going to be in an opposition to Haumea, because Haumea has now it's going retrograde and has re-entered Libra. And so essentially there's a T-square between Jupiter on the north node, Haumea on the south node, and Pluto squaring the nodes and squaring Jupiter and Haumea. So incredibly powerful. So incredibly powerful. So the overall energy I feel in that, among other things, is, Haumea she's the goddess who births things from her whole being. So again, to me, she's a reminder again that we are Earth, that we are the cosmos, we are the literal power and creation life force of Source itself. And with Jupiter opposite her, it's like Jupiter is just holding space to allow her to fully be who she is. For us to fully remember we are literally the power of existence. That is who we are, and the creative life force energy that is us, which we can often experience as sexual energy, but it's so much more than that. The sacred sexuality that is who we are. We can come just fully online with what that is and come into a way of being in alignment with it and in integrity, like impeccable integrity with it, in the reality that we are these beings of Earth, in the reality that we are these beings of sacred sexuality, sacred divine life force of Source itself. And then Pluto there squaring the nodes, I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But one thing I feel there is just, first of all, incredible power that Pluto is adding in there, but also Pluto squaring Jupiter, squaring Haumea, and squaring the nodes, in particular squaring the nodes and ruling the south node, which happens to be in Scorpio, is still this letting go, and holding space for us to be the caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis and turns into the goop. And still we're in this time, I think, on a deep fundamental level of just not knowing, we are releasing, we're definitely coming into a time of setting intentions for the new, like the new Earth, the new way, this new, if that resonates for you, the crystalline light temple being that we are as beings of Earth. We're definitely setting those new intentions, but the energy here is still so strongly about turning into the goop in the chrysalis and not knowing what the heck the new is actually going to look like. And that's okay. And I mean, again, I'm speaking from personal feelings here. Sometimes I feel very frustrated that I just want to move on and get on with the new. And that's not what these energies are saying. It's not a linear process. And again, that's hard for me personally a lot of the time. But it's where we are. I think it's just part of the process we're in of it's, that this time is that we are both starting the new and ending at the same time and not knowing where that's going to go. And one last thing also that I want to add in is at this time of the new moon itself, again, is in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus. Venus will be at 12 degrees of Cancer, conjunct the asteroid Hecate, like within 2 minutes conjunct. So Hecate is one of the goddesses that Verena Burrell and I have done in our goddess series. We just did Hecate last month. We have this goddess series, which lots of you are in, but for any of you who this is new to, we spend 1 month diving into one goddess. And each of the goddesses that we happen to focus on also happen to have some celestial body in astrology, in astronomy, that's named after them. And so we talk about the mythology and the astrology and the astronomy of that goddess. And then we go into channeled, guided experiences of remembering that each of the goddesses as ourselves and letting the wisdom of each of the goddesses speak as us and be us, right? Again, because super important to me and Verena that the experience of the cosmos, the experience of life is really that you have the wisdom just as much as we do, and you have the knowing in yourself just as much as we do. So Hecate is one of those goddesses that we've already done, and that's recorded and available anytime. But so on this new moon, Venus, which rules the new moon, will be conjunct Hecate, and Hecate is also this energy of remembering life and death as one, the cycles of life, holding the cycles of life all as a wholeness, and both being in the dying and the beginning at the same time. So again, and in Cancer, like in the womb, that there's in every moment, existence is literally ancient. I mean, existence is the most ancient thing that there can be, right? Because it is always there. It has existed through all of existence. And at the same time, anything new starts in existence. So everything that we think of as brand new thing actually is coming out of ancientness. And Hecate holds that kind of paradox and that reality that we are both the oldest things that can possibly exist, and we're the brand new baby all at the same time. And yeah, so, and Venus will be conjunct Hecate, and Venus will be ruling that new moon. And so, with that reminds me a lot of that Haumea energy, again, on the South Node. We are these beings of existence that birth from our whole being. Yeah. So I think that those are the big energies I feel called to share about this new moon. And again, I would just love to invite you to share your own feelings about it, your own knowing. How does this feel in your body? What do you feel called to at this time? What is it like for you to be coming out of this eclipse season? And yeah, so this will be another invitation, if it feels right to you. We're coming out of this eclipse season, and so, like I was saying, it feels to me like it's a lot of letting go, purging on especially an emotional, cellular level. And I feel in myself like this kind of sigh of relief, like I just went through something really deep and intense, and now as we're moving toward this new moon, it feels like maybe there's a sort of letting up of that intensity. Maybe we'll see. We'll see, but I think so. And as we're then integrating the energies that have moved during this eclipse time, it feels like a gentleness, like a gentle invitation to then come into this new moon in Taurus. Like, what are our new intentions for this? What are our intentions for this new Earth that is birthing as us, as Earth? We are Earth. So as quote unquote new earth births, it's birthing as us, as all of us, and the earth itself as us. And what feels alive in you, what feels alive in your whole being, like you as Haumea, like what is it that's wanting to birth through your whole being? Not only, like, your mind is beautiful and great too, and so maybe your mind has some ideas, but what's there as you, as the full consciousness, the full being of you as existence, and your heart, and beyond. I would love to hear. So yeah, that would be the offering I would open, as as we're moving to this new moon. Maybe there's some way you feel called to set an intention for yourself, for the planet, for existence, around what is this new way that we're being birthed into, and we're here to be holding space for, with the planet, with each other. It's beautiful, it's exciting, it's a little bit scary sometimes. And again, speaking for myself, it's been pretty emotional in certain ways in my own personal life. But it feels really beautiful, and it's why we're here. It's why I'm here. And I think it's probably why you're here. And yeah, it's like an adventure. So I'm grateful to be doing it with you. And like I said, if you haven't signed up for the free Rebecoming the One symposium, please do that. I would love to have any and all of you there. I would love for you to share it with all of your friends. Please invite anybody and everybody. I want it to be just a really deeply powerful, safe feeling, community healing experience, and learning and sharing and fun and all of that. And then the other thing I would love to invite you into is that Verena Burrell and I are starting our next set of 4 goddesses that we're going to be focusing on in our goddess series. The next goddess we're going to be focusing on is Lilith, next Tuesday, actually, just before the new moon. And I am also actually holding a new moon soul wisdom gathering on Friday, May 19th, if I have that correct. Yes, Friday, May 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific. It'll be recorded as well, and I would love to have you there. And yeah, so the goddess series, the next goddess we're working on or diving into is Lilith. Then after that will be Pandora and Pallas Athena, and then Eris Xena. Those are the next 4 that we're doing. And the 4 that we've already done are Persephone, Ceres, Hecate, and Hygeia. We just did Hygeia. So the 4 that we've already done are available as a set of 4, or you can join our whole year, our whole 12 months that we're doing in 2023, and you can have the 4 that are already done. They're already uploaded and ready for you, and then you can dive right into the Lilith with us next week or whenever you sign up. It'll be an ongoing thing that we're doing also into 2024 and probably beyond that. So there's so many goddesses, and they're all so amazing. And yeah, the community that has joined into this goddess series is so near and dear to my heart, and I really love being with those of you who are in it, and love to have any and all of you join who want to be part of it. Yeah, again, holding these community spaces is really important to me, and what I feel called to do a lot of moving forward. So please join anything and everything that feels good to you. And I'll put all those links with this video. Please reach out to me with any questions. I love feedback, and I love hearing your thoughts, and comment here on the video or whatever feels right to you. And I'm at livingtheonelight@gmail.com, or my website is livingtheonelight.com. And you can find the goddess series there, the free symposium, etc. Wonderful. Okay. Blessings to you, and see you soon.